Welcome to the JSFL Week 5 1 o'clock games. We got the 3-1 Houston Enforcers taking on the 1-3 Kansas City Wind. Kansas City hit with the injury bug a little more this week as this team is a real fighter, but they just keep getting injured. Houston's got one injury of their own, but he'll be back next week. Ted Evans is out for this game, but he'll be back next week. But the Wind, not only do they have Owen Dickerson still for the rest of the season, Wesley Francis, who will be back week 7, along with Joseph Carousel. Andrew Webb will be out till week 9. And now both Craig Snyder, their center, and John Martinez, the free safety, will both be out till week 11. So the injury bug just keeps hitting this Wind. But we'll see if they can fight a really tough one. This will be a very scrappy win if they get it against Warren Jones and the Enforcers, who are on a tear right now. But we'll see if they can be stopped by this team. But we get ready to send this one away. And we'll kick it after your commentaries as this one commences.
Here's the former Sooner Austin Seibert to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
What I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Getting 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And this whole line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. Here it's complete. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. There's a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Got a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And again, this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He only had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Came out in a power set that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On the throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I don't believe that this opening drive was surprising neither one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first round.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They run it now. Here they go. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening, but they're looking at a third and long. They'll drop the throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
Especially when you come into a game on the road, you're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Heading out, it's a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Good for 22 and a first down. Like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
We've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there. A big gainer.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
We saw them there trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. Moving laterally, creases 10, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now. And he whips that one incomplete there.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to be Second down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? You feel pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. They'll run it down out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Huston Seibert. He'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get
this
a little
time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal for him.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. Now come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Incomplete. This defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He goes down.
Still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long.
They're not going to fight defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Silly that leads to a play action sack. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to pump this one away. Possession goes over here on the punt. Now the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Running now out of the gun. He's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down and 11-yard pickup. The Sens, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
First down, and quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. I think defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally too quickly.
That's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set up to throw. Throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds, should be inside the 10, I think it is. The 6-yard line. So to play the field position game here is a very nice punt. Is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis. Or do you prefer ping, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now, heading back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
I'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Going to get this time to the tailback. Maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and that'll be third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 5. Play action. Now throw. He's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Pick up of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find it in this type of a situation.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. The throw. Underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Here on the jet sweep. Beautifully. Their defenders stayed home and they'll stop in behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I need to mix it up from time to time because this message can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure gets through that time. It's going to go down.
Start taking a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack does.
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Murray is a very, very fickle man.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. The play fake. The throw. Clean. They took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. As he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. See, both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Go, 18 Gator.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
6 man.
They'll give it here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
The coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back to throw. He's got his hand across the route. And this is going to lead to another first down. Some tackles made at the Bucs 22-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available, put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and pull it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Get ready! Head over!
On 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He slings one that's incomplete.
In my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Gonna give this time to the 10-man. He will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Do they convert now on 3rd and goal? A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half. And our highlights will likely be on the defensive. And let's go. Touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. That's his guys are first on the scoreboard here this afternoon. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense? Someone who will dance with him and go where he goes. Oftentimes, if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Spans 13 plays, and in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert down to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming, taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to hold it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Here, complete to the tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw here. Find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from the first down.
Yes. That'll go with a 52-yard. Not too short. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well. And teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
And they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Throwing here on first down. Quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
It's a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gain, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. The hitter here, it's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It goes with a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Because of the man defense and look to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. That one good for 26 and a first down. This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed down version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out here to 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pick up there for the Browns, 15 yards.
This is an example of breaking down a defense because these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a handoff looking right. Fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Don't forget knowing what the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. You got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Down there, but it's incomplete. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
And the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march up another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with the 1st and 10. They'll run it now. Here we go. Going to get it behind the line yet again. As this nightmare afternoon continues. Full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second and 13. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. That screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off. You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. You don't lose any yardage.
On third down there, but he cannot connect. Defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game.
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Go, go! 15-1. Now a play fake here on first down. Field across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Give it here to his running back. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up the offensive lineman? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And give this time to the tailback. Looking for a back lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have his meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. Make sure you get
And that gives him a first down.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So here, pick up of 8. Leaves with 2 to go on 2nd down.
There we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because they're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. Gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He will have the first before he's down right on the chalk of the 20. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Red zone now. Here it's complete. This will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
And they didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Trying to run this one. He's in. Touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it's trouble.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. And when the big guy gets hit, usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showing off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw. This one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings that 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
Fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And these guys are going to hit the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously is struggling. But you're only 2 scores down, so
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Left side into the hands of his tight end. The completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right? And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw. And he's got it complete. The gain of 5 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. It misses the target, incomplete. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there. What they were trying to tell us, they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Caught it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it. Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock got Browns offense trying back on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. Keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but it appears to be a few inches short. Oh, that's one of the hearts of all those old school football players. Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut. So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd down and inches. He's got a man wide open. Good play. He's taken down inside the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on the 1st down. Another nice pickup through the air. I might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. Quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. Move the sticks for the Browns to gain 12. Deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along? Seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it? I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. Right back to him on 1st down. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball. Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort. Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down. The Browns on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
That looked like vintage, old school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They have a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just lock people down.
Here's Austin Seibert now for the Browns field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Seibert's kick is good. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure that this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
I want to tell you that.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. It's fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
A number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. That's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass is incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. At this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh. What time? Got 4.
They'll give up here to his running back. 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In clutch territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't. Because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it. Because once everyone's emotions come down, it's hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep it cranking high right there.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. You and I both know. Well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They run it now out of the gun. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo, establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And they give this time to the tailback. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And they've got a 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. It looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Here's Seibert for the Browns field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Seibert able to knock this one through. Now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further near the 4th.
And you know, in this way, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
And probably just want to put this one behind them. Now look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Given 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for good yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's 2nd and 10 now for the 35. Back to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. They haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
And that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
It's an incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. This one winding toward a conclusion. How did you assess how the secondary is playing?
We just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? 2nd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Back to throw here. He's got it. End zone touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. It was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense can't right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. It's that performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.